This beekeeping project in Magele in the Shiselweni region has proven to be one of the most successful interventions by the Eswade Smallholder Market-led project and the Climate Smart Agriculture for Resilient Livelihoods. Funded by the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, and the Global Environment Facility, GEF, the project is impacting the lives of 20 members of the Magele Youth in Action Beekeeping Association, who recently harvested their first produce of honey.
Here, this initiative was started in collaboration with MTN in 2019 under the 21 Days Yellow Care project. The group here was selected by the CDC, which is the Chiefdom Development Committee. The group is made up of 20 participants that were selected by the CDC from all different sections of this community.
Nasenda le youth sikhulume nemphakathi ukuthi usibukele youth lekhuthele lengafuna noma lenesifiso sokuthi ingafuya tinyosi. Yafundiswa ka youth eminyakeni lophelile shothi ke sine ukuthi sikufundise for 3 days sikufundisa nje ngokuthi wati ngale nyosi uqobo 2 days wakhona so ufunza kwakha libhokisi lelikhulu nalelincane le njongosi ukuthi utayibamba kanjani inyosi uyifake ekhathi bese uthulela kulelikhulu ukuze ukuthi utodanze uthengisele imarket.
Sahlanganiswa ngu-Eswade kwafika Eswade wafuna insha kusuka 18 kuya 35 years. Basithatha kwaba ne-workshop basifundisa ngetinyosi. Basifundisa ukuthi inyosi iphila kanjani, iyatisebentela. Basifundisa nekuthi siphatha njani nje yona netinkinga tayo, nebuhle bayo, nebubi bayo. Lokunye labasifundisa kona kwaba kwakha lamabhokisi ato lapha titawu kwakhicitela khona.
Also, when we selected this area, we also conducted a vegetation assessment to see whether bees would be able to be accommodated in this area. And yes, there's plenty gum trees around here.
Emva kwekufundza ke sesifundzile ngale nyosi basiniketa lisite indzawo emphakathi. Indzawo la basiniketa yona 100 by 50 meters. Seta ke kuleli site lethi satol cleaner, cleanela ukuthi leti nyosi lethu sitatentela la phakathi kuleli site lethu. Eswade ke wase so siniketa imaterial kwakhala amabhokisi lapha khona leti nyosi tethu stati fiyela khona titawukhicitela khona loluju. Sawakha emabhokisi ngoba bese sifundisiwe phela nange kuwakha vele ukuthi akhiwa kanjani. Satakhela thini emabhokisi ethu aba maningi vele ayali kubo 34.
What makes the SMLP CSARL project unique is how it connects smallholder businesses to markets. And this is no exception for the Magele Youth in Action Association.
Here we trained them on the beekeeping, and once they got into production, we linked them with formal markets such as Eswatini Kitchen and Bulembu Ministries. This group at the moment has signed a contract with Eswatini Kitchen, so later on we will be harvesting and that honey will be going to Eswatini Kitchen. This is actually their first harvest. As I mentioned before, they started in 2019 and we anticipated that they'd be harvesting by the end of 2019 in December, but trapping rates were a bit slow, meaning that trapping the bee colonies and putting them in the hives, that took a bit of that was a bit of a process. But then we are finally at this stage where we'll be harvesting for the first time, and which is very exciting for the youth to see some money coming in as well.
Finally, it's time to get down to business. The group members begin the harvesting exercise after a year of hard work. This member of the group explains how the smoker works while he works away fighting the colony of bees.
Smoker is kamala. Sitemasifunza ngekufuya tinyosi. Safunza ukuthi simqoka. kakhulu lesikhathi ukhipha tinyosi noma utihlola ngoba tinyosi utendaka kwato nje tiyahlolwa njalo ukuthi tichubeka kanjani nekusebenza kwato. Uyasibasa nawusibasa-ke usibasa ngemalongo, kuyaye kusebenza emalongo lawo etinkomo bese uyasibasa kusebenta le ntuthu yakhona for ubhunyisa ngato ngathi wenta letinyosi tibe buthakathaka ukuthi tingakusudeli kakhulu nakwenteka tiba nalokhulu. And le smoke le ntuthu yakhona ngiyo leyayo nawusmoka so tiyakhwesha nakula makeke ubone ukuthi okay ikeke lakho se-right ukuthi ungalivuna noma kanjani. Ngoba ekukhuleni kwethu nje besiyaye sisebenzise umsudane nasibhuzela tinyosi noma-ke sishisele ithayi noma ijini. Baye lokho kuye kwabonakala ukuthi akusiko lokhu kahle ngoba nje nawe usebenzisela ithayi noma-ke lowo msudane khandle ukuthi umkhicito wakho sowunuka lo msudane. Ngani lana ubase lokhu wafaka la malongo kukahle kakhulu umkhicito wakho awunuki uba right, uba betele isimele sekuthi mhlawumbe sekunuka umsudane sekuba khandle ukuthi emakethe lowo msudane sowunuka la umkhicito wakho so akusabi kahle.
Another member proceeds to remove the top bars with a hive tool. This is going to be a war, but clearly the group members are armed to the teeth in gear supplied by Eswade. Clearly, gender equity is important here. Young Titelo is perhaps the youngest, but she now knows the business like the back of her hand. She uses a bee brush to remove the bees from the honeycomb, explaining that it is important that they do not die. She goes on to explain how the bees go about their business.
Queen bee, drone, worker bee. I-queen bee isebenza ukuthi-ke ileya lama eggs bese i-worker bee yona ngiyo lesebenzako la ihambe yocollecta kudla ibuye kulethe lana bese kune-drone yona ngiyo le-mate le-queen tiyanakuzana-ke ekuseni tiyavuka 4:30 qale kuphume ama-scouts ahamba ayobuka ukuthi lokudla kungakuphi. Then abuye ama-scouts bese ayaphuma emalanga ema-worker bee ayahamba ayofuna kudla ayabuya at lunch time around 2. Nakabuya ayaletha lana-ke kusuke kuselelele tincane tiyasebenza-ke tona lakhathi atikahlali kuthi nakabuya lama-worker bee le tiyathatha kona tiyapakisha then-ke yona le drone iyahlala-ke yona la igadza nje kumenta iqueen iyahamba-ke lama-worker bee ayahamba at a range of 2.5 kilometers nakayofuna lokudla then bese ayabuya-ke ayalala ngabo-5.
It does seem like this main site needs a few more days before the harvest is ready. The group moves to another apiary nearby, where it strikes gold. Menzi, a group member, explains that ideally, each box should yield about 20 kg of honey at maximum production. He further explains that they do not expect it to hit maximum yields just yet, as this is their first harvest. One cannot help but drool as the honey is packaged for the market. No doubt, this apiary has yielded a bumper harvest. But clearly, the bees will not give up their honey without a fight. The young people defend themselves with a smoker spewing out organic ammunition made from cow dung. Finally, it's time to put the proceeds on the scale. Priscilla explains that it is important to work out the costs in order to determine profits.
Kusho ukuthi ke umlimi nasavunile kufuna abe nelwadi noma abe nerecord yokuthi uvune kanganani kuleso sivunela sendile. It's either per libhokisi noma bese uvune nje amabhokisi lamane kodwa nje each time navunako kufuna agcine amabhuku ukuthi uvune kanganani. So sikale ke ukuthi leli bhakede lilodwana lishaya sisindo lesinganani kuze ukuthi ungasho ukuthi luju lwakho lushaya kangaka kanti ubala isindo selibhakede bese uyabuka ke ukuthi okay lishaya 0.8 li-empty so uyathatha ke sesikala lojumbanga lolu nje lushaya 12.9 so uthi ke minus lesisindo saleli bhakede so uthi ke times le price per kilo 35 per kilo sesibukala ke nalolu sikhanze ukuthi lubhicene nemacanza mhlawumbe noma lokutya ukudla nje ekhaya kufuna ke wathi yonke record nje ekhaya sidle lokungaka samikise emakethe lokungaka.
Without a doubt, it was a good business year for the Magele Youth in Action. Eswade has also impacted the businesses of existing beekeepers in the area. Ndugulukele, who started beekeeping in 2009, saw his business made an upturn in 2017 when he joined a group that was trained by the organization, which went on to secure markets for their produce at Bulembu Ministries and Eswatini Kitchen.
Kungcono kusebenza tinyosi ngendlela ukuthi kude lokukhulu lokukhiphako ilosa awunayo kakhulu lapha etinyosini uma tiyasebentela okay uma sekuphelile kukhona ke ukuthi seyindlala ke sesomiso sokuthi imbali sifunzile ke lapha ukuthi ufuna bese uyatfeeda ngashukela nemanti ufaka shukela ubeke lapha eminyango ukuthi bekhona ukuthi tithathele dikhona lokuthi diphile kuze kufike isikhathi ukuthi kutholakala imbali bona ngeke awumsebenzi umlungu kuloko ngoma iyakhona lokukunika uyayithola insipho impela.
But before we get carried away, all projects have their own challenges. And this SMLP beekeeping project at Magele is no exception.
Ngona kuthatha isikhathi lesidze kakhulu. Sikhonile nje kubeketela nalabanye bonza kwethu yebo labanye abasakhoni keja nje sikhonile lokubeketela kuze kufika lesikhathi sanamuhla.
Noma ke inyosi inetinkinga leti thite kodwa nje yona ibeketele ngoba inyosi ayingeni ngekufuna kwakho. Kuyendeka uthi wena uyayifuna lamuhla kanti awungena after 2 weeks. So ke bita lokubeketela. So ke sinako lokuthi ke le youth lesinayo yona ikho yakhona kubamba lesimo. Ya-understanda yasibeketelela.
Notwithstanding, the future shines bright for the Magele Youth in Action Beekeeping Association. Eswade has pledged its continued support even as the project comes to an end.
Le group lena si bona inemdlandla. It's a very active group and we have seen only good things come out of this group. They've gone through a training on social cohesion, where they've also drafted a constitution. That constitution has now been passed on to Eswade to be endorsed, and finally will be endorsed by the Chiefdom Development Committee. They'll be planting fruit trees in the near future. In terms of business, banesifiso sekufuya tinguku tasemakhaya, which fortunately la Eswade under the SMLP project we will also be able to support them. Spa link and market.